It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, 10 productivity tips for your 2023 Chromebook. Let's have a look. All right, let's just review how we update the Chrome operating system. I know we've done this before, but we're going to come down here to the shelf, which is on the bottom. We're going to come over to the right, click the right side of the shelf, and come up, and we can see the little cogwheel here, which is, of course, our settings. Let's click this. We're going to open this up, and we're going to come down to the bottom left here over where it says About Chrome OS. I'm going to click this, and then we're going to come over and look up at the top and see that it says version 108.0. Rats! I was hoping it would be 109 today, but that is not the case. But let's check anyway. Maybe we'll get lucky. We're going to come over here and we're going to click the button, check for updates. And it tells me that my Chromebook is up to date, version 108.0. Of course, Chrome, not the operating system, but Google Chrome is now on version 109. So usually these are equal, and so we should have the same version on our Chromebook. This is obviously going to come in the next few days. If we want to see what's new with each version, we can do that. If you want to get help with Chrome OS, you can do that. If you want to report an issue, if we can look here at diagnostics, this tells me what the battery health is. It tells me I have 3 hours and 25 minutes left. And I can even run a discharge test. Now this is an older machine. Let's see how this works. And it's running a discharge test. It says it's going to take less than a minute. So it tells me my battery health is 81%. Whatever the cycle count is, 669. And it tells me my current is 1022 milliamps. It said it passed the discharge test. Come down and it gives me my CPU. It tells me what the chip is in here, and it's an Intel Core i5 chip. It tells me what the current usage is, the temperature, and the current speed, and it tells me how much memory I have, and we can certainly run a memory test. We can look for firmware updates, checks for firmware from external sources, and of course this is all up to date. And any additional information. This is where you change the channel. If you want to go, we are on the stable channel, but if you want to go to the development channel, this is where you would change the channel. This is also where you find the update schedule. This device will get automatic updates and security updates until June of 2024. Let's talk about the overview button. This is a unique feature on the Chromebook. Most keyboards will not have the overview button like a Chromebook. So it's important that you get to know the button. And it is on the top center of your keyboard. When you click the overview button, you'll see as we come up, and now you can see all the apps that are open. The Chrome OS has this handy overview feature that lets the user easily view the thumbnails of all the running apps and windows. There are several ways to access this though. So let's look at the 3 ways that you can access this. Now I've clicked the overview button, which is located on the top of your Chromebook. But if you prefer to use the trackpad, you can open the overview mode by swiping down with 3 fingers. You can also open the running app thumbnails and windows by swiping 3 fingers up on the screen. From the overview mode, you can easily get a look at the running apps and windows. From there, you can choose an app or activate a window by tapping or clicking on it and bringing it forward into focus. So if you look at my screen now, you'll see that I have Google News open, and I also have Google Search. When I was looking at Toyotas at our Courtenay dealership. So if I wanted to bring up the Google News, I can just click here and it will bring up news. And then I can also just click and bring up the Google search. So this is the overview button, and there are 3 ways that you can access this. Keyboard shortcuts. If you wish to become a Chrome OS power user, you must make it a habit to use keyboard shortcuts. They save time by helping you complete tasks quickly and overall boost your productivity. The catch is you have to remember what they are and continuously use them to get better. The most important shortcut to remember is Control-Alt?. This will put up a visual map of the key functions and keyboard shortcuts. Before using shortcuts becomes second nature, you can search for specific shortcuts by typing them in the search bar. So let's say that we've decided we want a shortcut for caps lock on and off. So let's type caps in, and here we'll see popular shortcuts. Turn caps on and off is Alt Launcher. So let's do Control-Alt?. That's and that toggles the caps on. So if we do Alt plus Launcher, we see the caps lock is on, and if we do Alt plus Launcher, caps lock is off. So have some fun with that. It's easy to do. Just remember Control-Alt?, and that brings up the menu with all these shortcuts for you. And as we go down here, we can look at the tabs and Windows settings. All these have shortcuts. Page and web browser, shortcuts, system and display, text editing, and accessibility. Here you'll find all these shortcuts for common tasks that you'll be performing. Now you can quickly share files with Chromebooks or Android devices. Chrome OS works very well with Android. For example, you can use Nearby Share to quickly transfer files or share links or photos with Android phones, tablets, or other Chromebooks. Let's see how to do this. On your Chromebook, go to Settings, and let's tap and turn on Nearby Share. Let's come down here. We're going to come down to the shelf. We're going to click the right side of the shelf, and let's come up to Settings. Now in Settings, we'll come down and you'll see Connected Devices. And of course, I have my Pixel 6 phone connected and enabled. But we're going to, let's come down to Nearby Share. You see the button here, and you'll see that I have it turned on. So you can toggle Nearby Share on or off with this button. Now let's look at what our options here. This is, of course, it's on. This is my identifying account. The device name, we can change the name if we want. And this is the device visibility. Who you can share files with and who can see your computer. And we can change the visibility here so we can use all contacts, some contacts, or we can have make it hidden so no one else can see. So you have your choice, and you can choose the visibility that you want. In my case, it doesn't matter because there's nobody else in our house except for my wife. But if you were in a business or a school, you may want to share your files with other teachers, but not specifically students. So this is important that you can change this. And then, of course, the data usage, well, I've set it for Wi-Fi only, but you certainly can use mobile data, Wi-Fi only, or you can use it without the internet, and the files will be shared offline. All right, so how does this actually work? Let's have a look. So let's come over to our Files app. Now that you'll see down on the shelf here as we come across, this is my Files app. I would encourage you to find your Files app. Just click the launcher here and come down, and you should find the Files app here. And I would just drag this down onto your shelf because it's something you're going to be using all the time. So let's come to our Files menu. We'll click Files. And if we come down here, we're going to see two items here. This is called scan. This is a scan that I did right here. Let's see what it shows. This is a receipt. This is a repair I had done on my stove. So let's say I want to send this over to my phone. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on this and we're going to come up and say share. I'm going to click on share and now you'll see it says nearby share. So let's click this and it's scanning for nearby devices. And I have my Pixel phone sitting right next to me here and it should find that. So right now it's scanning it. It finds my phone. So I'm going to click now my phone and hit next. And now it's transferring the file from my Chromebook over to my phone by Wi-Fi. So if you have a smartphone, I think it's important that you connect the device to your Chromebook because then you can simply unlock your Chromebook with your phone. It's simple. You just use your PIN code for your phone and it will unlock your Chromebook. Let me show you how that works. So we're going to take my Chromebook and we're going to come down and I'm going to show you on your Chromebook how you set this up. So let's come to your settings here and we're going to come down and what we see is connected devices right here. You'll see connected devices and you'll see that my Pixel 6 is now connected to my Chromebook. Again, you can connect most cell phones with this service. So let's come over and you'll see that I've toggled this on. So the image I showed you a few minutes ago, you saw that I could unlock my Chromebook with my phone. As soon as I put my PIN code into my phone, it unlocked my Chromebook. So if we come to this little button here, here's where we see all the services that we can use with this. So the first thing is Smart Lock. Unlock your Chromebook with your phone, and I have that turned on. The next one down is instant tethering. In other words, you can connect to the internet through your phone. If your phone has a cellular connection and you don't have any Wi-Fi connected to your Chromebook, this will tether to your phone and you can actually get your internet from your phone's mobile service. Again, I don't use that service, so I have mine turned off. The next thing is relatively new is the Phone Hub. This is a very powerful feature of Chromebooks. And let's have a look here. Assess your phone's capability from your Chromebook. So you're going to link this to your phone, and I have mine turned on. So recent Chrome tabs, view recent tabs from your phone. So on your Chromebook, if you have any tabs open on your phone, again, they'll be synced to your Chromebook. Recent photos, view your phone's photos and media. Again, this will be synced and linked to your Chromebook. I have notifications turned off. I get enough notifications. I don't want any more. And then, of course, there's Wi-Fi sync networks with your phone. So if it works the other way, so if you have your if you have a Wi-Fi network that you're connected to your on your Chromebook, you can sync that to your phone. And I have that turned on. Now, if you want to disconnect this, disconnect your phone from your Chromebook, you can click this button and just disconnect it, and it goes back to the way it was. So this is a very interesting and powerful feature of your Chromebook, linking it to your phone. I like that because I don't have to remember my PIN number. I can simply bring my phone with me and it unlocks my Chromebook. One of the common features I use on my Chromebook is the ability to use the screen capture to save images to Google Photos. I tend to use Google Photos as my catch-all where I like to dump stuff into so I can retrieve it later on for projects that I'm doing. Let me show you how easy that is. So I'm going to take this this article here, and maybe I want a picture of this car, the Polestar. So I'm going to simply come down to the bottom, And what we're going to do is we're going to click the bottom right-hand corner here, and we're going to come to Screen Capture. Now what we're going to do is come over here, and we're going to select a picture of the car. And there we go. And so all we're going to do here is we're going to capture this. We're going to click this. And that, of course, does a number of things. First of all, it copies it to the clipboard so you can paste this wherever you want. You could paste it in an email and Gmail or whatever. But in our case, it's being saved on our local hard drive. And what we want to do is I want to put it in Google Photos. Now, very simple. We could come over to Files and find it in Files. But what I want to do here is come up and Show in the folder. I'm going to click this. And here is the screenshot, and it takes you right to this image. And this is now in our image scan folder, and it's sitting right here. This is the one that we just did. Now, it's highlighted, so it's very easy. I'm simply going to come up to the top here, and you'll see this little share button here. We're going to click this, and right here you'll come. You might have to go down a bit, but mine is right here. Photos, upload to Google Photos, right here. And you just click that. And there's one file and the account. And we're going to come down here and we're going to click Upload. And this is going to upload this file to our Google Photos. So we're going to click this. And it should be done. Let's have a look. Let's go over to Google Photos. And here's our picture right in Google Photos. So that's a very easy way in which you can save images to Google Photos. All right, the other feature I wanted to show you is coming down to the shelf. This is called the shelf. And as we move across, you'll see there's a little picture of my cell phone. This is called the Phone Hub. We looked at that earlier, and let's click on this and see what happens. You'll see that you have three buttons at the top here. One is to enable hotspot. What happens is that you may be in a situation where you're traveling and you don't have any Wi-Fi connection to your Chromebook, but your cell phone is using cellular data, and it can connect and make your connections through that cellular data to the internet. Well, your phone can actually work as a hotspot, and it broadcasts the internet out from the phone, and it has its own SSID, which is zone identifier. And what will happen is when you click this, you'll be able to choose the network and connect to the phone. So now your Chromebook is connected to your phone by Wi-Fi, but your phone is connected and getting the information from your mobile data connection on your phone. So that's pretty cool. You can also silence your phone if you're working and you don't want your phone to be bothering you. And as we come over here, this is to locate your phone. So if you left your phone in the house somewhere and you can't find it, click this and your phone will ring and you can find it. There is a perfect emoji for use in any situation, whether you're chatting with a friend or responding to an office email. Chromebook has a handy emoji picker that you can use to find the right emoji for any situation. To open the emoji picker, press the Everything key, Shift, and Spacebar together. Let's try that. Look at all the emojis there. From here you can scroll all the available emojis. There are a lot. So these are all the emojis that you can choose. You also have your choice of a lot of different symbols that you can use as you want to insert these in any of the software that you're using. Really an amazing number of emojis, and that is using the Everything key, Shift, and the Spacebar together. Google added a holding spot on the shelf called Tote. That's T-O-T-E. It's where you find your most recent screenshots, but you'll also be able to see downloads without having to launch the File Explorer. You can pin files to tote to, which means you can keep an important document ready and available without searching for it. Let's have a look at the tote. We're going to come down now. It's on the shelf here, and as we come over, here it is right here. As we click this, we're going to see those two images that we just recently did a capture of. Now I wanted to show you another feature that I'm using today. If you look at my cursor, you'll see that it's rather large. If we come down, let's go to Settings, and we're going to go to Accessibility. So we're going to come down here. We're going to come down to Cursor and Touchpad. Automatically clicks, cursor size, cursor color, and more. Now, let's look at the options we have here. Now, I have not turned this on. This is automatically click when a cursor stops. So if you're coming over here and you stopped, it would automatically click this. I find that a little confusing, but it does work for many people. The next one here, show large mouse cursor. I have that turned on. This is normally the size of the cursor, but I want a large cursor for presentations. Now you can adjust the size of the cursor. Watch my cursor as I change this. It's going to get smaller and larger. So you can change the color, the size of this cursor as we move that. Again, we can change the color. I've defaulted it to black, but we could do a yellow cursor if you like. There you go. And also, this is really cool. Highlight the mouse cursor when it's moving. Let's turn that on and see what happens. There we go. So now that makes it easier for you to follow along as I'm moving along. That's amazing. And you can just toggle that on or toggle that off. Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. 10 productivity tips you can use with your Chromebook. Hopefully that'll make using your Chromebook more efficient and enjoyable. If you like this video, please do the like and subscribe. And until we see you again, have a great day.